This flight is from Flagstaff, Arizona. We'll take in a couple of interesting airports and a massive hole in the ground. We're going to fly in the Ryan Navion, which is one of the first free add-ons I ever tried on Explain 11, and it's just as fabulous on Explain 12 as it ever was. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, this flight is relatively short. It goes from Flagstaff, and then we're going to take in a touch and go at Sedona, and then we are going to go to Winslow Lindbergh Regional. Now these are interesting because Flagstaff is 7,000 feet above mean sea level. Sedona is 4,800 and is really quite challenging because it's essentially on the top of the mountain with valleys all around it, so that will be interesting. And then we've got Winslow Regional, which is just short of 5,000 feet above mean sea level, but we've also got this meteor crater, which is really interesting, so we'll fly over that as well. As I say, it's a relatively short flight, and I have decided I'm going to do it in the Navion, only because I haven't used the Navion for a while, and I'd forgotten what a delightful aeroplane it was, and someone on Facebook reminded me about it, so that's what we're going to do. Get settled in, make sure everything's working as it should be. Okay, head tracking on. Yep, head tracking on. Everything's working as it should be. Yep, we've got that. Now, the thing here is we're going to have to clean the mixture till we get the... Yeah, it's going down, look. You watch the revs. Okay, so we're going to take off on 2-1. There we are. I've learned this for a while, and it's a bit of a handful on the landings, so it should be interesting. And we're going to take all the runway. And we will turn left. And aim for Sedona. Now I would expect to be taking quite a long time to take off today, because we haven't got a great deal of wind and 7,000 feet in the air before we even take off. take this exit, I think. Alpha 2. There we are. On 90 degrees we want. Maybe 5,800 feet to join the circuit. That's Sedona. What's going to happen is we're going to drop off the side of a cliff, I reckon. I reckon we're going to be doing 2-1 at Sedona. So follow this highway for a little bit. This is, I think, the second add-in that I got when I got X-Plane 11, and when X-Plane 12 came out, I tweaked this a little bit just to give it rain on the windscreen and stuff. But otherwise, it's the same model, and it still flies fine. So when we come over the edge of the mesa, we should see Sedona below us. And we've got to lose, what, 8765, it's 2,500 feet. Okay. This is just standard scenery, which I think works quite well in the desert and the mountains. It's not too bad. It's when you get the fields that you start running into problems. Where's the wind blowing? From the right. So we'll be getting the downdraft of that, but hopefully we're far enough away from it so I'll not experience that too much. We'll find out, I suppose. Now, do they have weather for Sedona? That's the question. They do, and variable 5 gust into 11. Oh, great. Okay. RP'd on. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's Sedona. Do a dead side join, so we would go over at 5,800. You can see that it really is very tricky. Actually, what is 3002? She's 1017, old money. Okay, get to circuit heights. There it is. Alright. See, it's quite interesting. The airfield, isn't it? Terrible. First go for a while though. So I will officially give myself so that was Sedona. Next stop is the meteor crater. Oh, look at that. See if that's still there. Strange square in the sky. No, we're on 64 degrees. We need to be on. I've probably got manifold pressure high. Making a difference actually. Let's have a look at KNIW. KNIW that's going to be 6,000, 5,900 feet. It sounds amazing and it looks amazing, I think. And it's looking a bit dated now, I think, as a model. But it's still gorgeous, and the level of detail is still astonishing. Scooching along 1600 feet above the ground or thereabouts. Probably want to be closer to 60. I'd say there's something slightly off with the head tracking. Is that because I have insufficient light? It is possible. Yeah, that's what it was. Turn the light on and it's amazing the effect, how effective a camera can be. What's that ahead of us? That's a balloon. How cool. There's a couple of air balloons actually, passing left to right. Now this crater is called the Barringer crater because for a long time it was believed to be a volcano, and this scientist called Barringer did some geology and worked out that actually it was a massive impact crater. And when you see it, you will see that what we mean by massive is massive. They reckon that the asteroid hit the Earth about 50,000 years ago, travelling at 26,000 miles per hour, which makes my 120 knots seem quite feeble by comparison, I'd say. And it made quite a thump. Heaven knows what it did to the weather and the atmosphere and everything as it passed through. But it bequeathed us this massive hole, and if you get yourself to Winslow, pay your money, take a tour. You can see the wind. We're doing 147 knots despite an airspeed of 120 at the moment. Coming over another one of these mesas. So we're flying over a bit of high land, and then we're going to go from 1800 feet above the ground probably to 3,000 or something mad. What was that? 112.6 is a VOR, so let's just get that tuned in. Two. 25 miles from the VOR. The VOR is there. Crater is there, look. Let's have a look at Urban Airport. Let's have a look at the weather. 3003 is the pressure setting. (3003) and the interesting. Really getting any useful weather information out of that. What's it looking like? 29, I'd say. The runway that we're aiming for. First of all, let's see if we can find this here. I reckon that might be it there, you know. No, it's not. I tell a lie. That's definitely not it. That's the airfield over there. And let's just remind ourselves what we're doing there. We're coming in on 29. Oh, actually. Yeah, no, 29. I think. That there might be it, you know. Now this crater is called the Barringer crater because for a long time it was believed to be a volcano, and then this scientist called Barringer did some geology and worked out that actually it was a massive impact crater, and when you see it you will see that what we mean by massive is massive. They reckon that the asteroid hit the Earth about 50,000 years ago, travelling at 26,000 miles per hour, which makes my 120 knots seem quite feeble by comparison, I'd say. And it made quite a thump. Heaven knows what it did to the weather and the atmosphere and everything as it passed through. Could it Creek there's this massive hole, and if you get yourself to Winslow, pay your money, you can take a tour. Let's come down with quite a thump that. Seen similar things in Iceland, but driven by volcanic processes, not by collision. See if we can get a shot of it as we go past. Look at that. That's the thing, isn't it? That's a hole and a half, that is. That. Right, now we're going to head for Winslow. Far from the VOR, are we? 9 miles from the VOR. Okay, 6 miles to go. 6 nautical miles to go. Let's see if we can not mess up the landing this time. Visibility's not great, is it? I think that's it. Is that it? No, that's not it either, is it? So they're coming to some sort of road system which suggests we're coming to a habitation, which in itself suggests an airport. There it is. There's the other runway lock. Yeah, okay, gotcha. So let's just pull that back. Okay, and the carriage down. There's the runway lock, I think. Blimey. See if we can get a better feel for what's going on. Right, we're midfield now. Help if I could see the runway, which I can't at the moment, which is a bit irritating. Where are we relative to it? Just at the end of it now. Not the easiest airfield to spot against the desert background, particularly considering the visibility, but we got there in the end. Right, that will do. So there you have it, the Ryan Navion, some desert flying very high up and a massive hole in the ground. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.